I'm giving you guys content. Y'all know it's past my bedtime, but this Wendy story is too crazy. It just keeps unraveling. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe my fave YouTubers. I definitely do not believe Jason Lee. Y'all, it's a lot. And I really do. I feel bad for Wendy. At this point, I feel like everybody is exploiting Wendy, and we're gonna get into it because it started a couple days ago with her brother alleging something. And if we're just going to be honest about Wendy's brother, I feel like he's been using her for years. When she was still a sound mind, she kind of denounced him. And I think that was the smartest thing. So the first thing that we heard was this, and it came from her brother. It said Wendy Williams' brother says he refused to let son Kevin Hunter Jr. in the house amid estrangement rumors. She's always been selfish. So again, I take anything from her brother with a grain of salt. Nothing that this man has said or done in interviews has made me feel like he's a reliable source on this woman. Additionally, whenever we see him, he's never talking about himself. It's always about Wendy. To me, that says nothing else was going right in your life. You got this famous sister and you're going to use her for all she's worth. I was kind of glad when Wendy denounced him. So I'm saying this. I do not think Wendy Williams is married until somebody produces another certificate. Y'all remember Wendy has a type. This was her first husband. This is Radio Wendy. This is probably sometime between messing with Biggie Smalls and giving Method Man that bath. She got married. I think it only lasted a year. What's up? I see you guys in the chat. Tommy ain't credible. Nobody likes Tommy. I'm on time for this live. Sebastian, you know I don't come on this late, but I'm giving you guys content. I am working for this channel. Um, so then we move on to Wendy's next marriage. Everybody knows Kelvin. He's also trash, but we can clearly see Wendy had a type, y'all. Next thing I heard was Jason Lee talking about a conversation he had with Wendy. And I always feel really weird when I hear Jason Lee talking about a celebrity because I'm like, is anything off the record? So Jason Lee had gone on his channel, Hollywood Unlocked, and mentioned that Wendy was married. And he said he heard it from the horse's mouth, for lack of a better term. And I didn't believe it. Because if y'all remember, Jason Lee is also the same person who killed off the queen. So again, I take anything that Jason says with a grain of salt. He told us that he had from a very reliable source that the queen was dead. And the fact that she then wasn't, and then they had to prove to him before he issued an apology, was pretty disgusting. But I digress. Jason reported yesterday that Wendy Williams was married to a man who was a NYPD police officer. But guys, I have personally told you that something is going on with Wendy. I've done several videos where I'm saying I'm not a doctor, but there is a cognitive decline in Wendy Williams. So just to give you guys a little behind the scenes, this was Wendy Williams the other day at the Louis Vuitton store. Wendy Williams has a glass of champagne on the ground while laying in a bed in the middle of the Louis Vuitton store. I'm telling you guys, I don't think Wendy is well, but it gets worse. I've shown you guys video, but I'm gonna show you guys the most recent videos. This was Wendy talking to some fans.
Wendy, let's see it.
A gigantic ring.
Ooh, it's so beautiful. What you got to say for the camera?
He's out buying, getting stuff. I'm waiting for him to come back.
Y'all, nothing that this woman said in this video made any sense. The fact that she's wearing all this jewelry in New York and showing it off to two boys who could have robbed her while saying, like, let's watch it again.
Wendy, let's see it.
A gigantic ring.
Ooh, it's so beautiful. What you got to say for the camera?
He's out buying, getting stuff. I'm waiting for him to come back.
What do you have to say for the camera? He's out he's getting stuff, waiting for him to come back. I made a joke on Instagram. I was like, it's kind of like they're propping her up like Weekend with Bernie's, but it's actually really sad, guys. This situation is absolutely sad. We are watching one of the greats deteriorate in front of us, and it doesn't look like she has anybody in her corner backing her up, supporting her like she should have. This woman should have family there lifting her up, maybe telling her that you don't need to be in front of the cameras. Leave. New York would be a great place to leave. There's always going to be paparazzi there. Oh, wait, I got a super chat. Sassy Girl, thank you so much for supporting the channel. She says, I stopped following stories after she was saying she was coming back to TV and it was a lie. Thank you for the content and your dedication, just supporting and showing love. Thank you so much, Sassy Girl. I appreciate the super chat. Y'all, it's sad. Sebastian thinks it's the alcoholism. I don't know what it is, Sebastian. I don't know if it is a cognitive decline, if it is she's gone back to substance abuse. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor, but there's something wrong. Back to the story. So we move on to Jason Lee, who, mind you guys, for Jason Lee, having Wendy Williams on speed dial is a come up. No lie. It solidifies him in that celebrity culture because if you remember, Jason Lee from back in the day used to get made fun of a lot. People said all kinds of stuff about him. Like there was a story that he was chasing Beyonce around a party for a picture. He went on Love and Hip Hop. He threw a drink in Hazel Lee's face. He was threatening to release Monique's SEX tape. So he's not had the best track record. Before that, the only person that he was really linked to was that boxer. Can't think of his name right now. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was actually bankrolling his podcast that he had with Melissa Ford. Prior to that, that's pretty much all that we knew about him. It just feels like he is utilizing the relationships that he has with these celebrities, but the celebrities that he has relationships with are, I mean, we got Jason Lee with Kanye. Kanye actually does interviews with him. Anything that goes against the Kardashians, Jason Lee will put on air for Kanye. But I also think there's something going on with Kanye. And then we got Wendy Williams. I think that he is utilizing these to the best of his ability, but it's exploitive. I don't know why Wendy is trusting him. We're going to get into something that he posted where he called Wendy. I don't think he had her permission to be taping her, but he did. Y'all, he's exploiting Kanye, and in my opinion, he's exploiting Wendy. This was Wendy and Jason at the Met Gala after party. This was a really good look for Jason because nobody had really seen Wendy out, but I don't think that it was in Wendy's best interest to do this. It proves that they are close enough to be friends, but I just something doesn't feel right in the buttermilk. This isn't going to be a super long video, but I am definitely going to drop the link. Um, I'm going to be showing these tapes first. So if you do call in, it'll just be a minute. I'll let you up to share your thoughts, especially if you are a Wendy fan. Let's see. So this is where it gets really, really crazy, guys. So Wendy, I don't feel like Wendy gave Jason permission to tell the world that she was married. I kind of feel like Wendy just told a friend, I'm married. And we again don't know if Wendy's in her right mind. But Jason then proceeds to tell the world it's a scoop, another scoop, like when he got the queen. Then Wendy's management comes back on page 6 and says, we think that they got a little bit carried away. Wendy is absolutely unequivocally not married. This is all in the span of 3 days, guys. We got her brother saying that Wendy's not letting her son in, and we know the son is the only person that she still has in her life. Then we got Jason Lee the next day saying she's married. Then today we have the manager saying that she's not married. Then Jason Lee came back and said the manager was a lie. He then proceeds to call Wendy, and that's what we're about to listen to right now. The story is crazy. I could not bring it to you. Let's see.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
So yesterday when you called me and said that you were married, I posted that, right? And now some guy named Will is talking to page 6 saying it's bullshit, making me look crazy out here.
No, everybody seems to have a problem with that. I'm married.
So is there a problem that they don't want people to know you're married, or they didn't want you to tell me you're married?
I'm married. I don't care who knows it. I'm married.
Okay. Well,
So I will say this. When I heard this part of it, I don't know about you guys, put in the chat, put in the comment section. Didn't it sound like Wendy was extremely clear? She sounded lucid. It kind of gave me some hope because I just showed you guys where she was laying around in the LV store and telling people on the street, showing them all of her jewelry and kind of like incoherently talking. So when I heard this part, I was like, okay, I'm feeling that's a little bit like Wendy. She has a clear mindset and she's speaking her mind. Oh wait, I got a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, Buki. Thank you for supporting the channel. Buki must like a little bit of mess. Um, Shayna McGee. Yeah, she sound good. She sound lucid. She sounded like the old Wendy. I'm hearing. Now, let's keep going.
out for you. I just don't know what Will is doing or why he's out there trying to discredit me, but that shit gets me the fuck off.
Because Will sees no point in me getting married.
Now, I had to block this out because I'm trying to stay monetized, but she said, F Will. She was very clear on that. She knows that this man works for her and he does not control her life. Again, that gives me some hope for Wendy.
Hi.
Hey, good morning. Right.
You know.
Right.
I didn't know what podcast was. He put me on to podcast. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do?
Listen, if you want somebody to help you with a podcast, I mean...
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm not Will for that.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that's fine. If you're comfortable with him, cool. But he needs to watch his mouth. He better keep my name out of his mouth with that bullshit. And he talking about he's your official rep. That's what he told page 6.
He is.
Okay. Well, somehow he need to get on the same page with you then, because clearly, you talked to me and I said what I said. So I don't know him, but...
It's okay.
All right. Well, I wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, two things. Somebody said he wasn't recording her, he had her on speaker. The point is, when he spoke to her specifically, he did not say to her, good morning, Wendy. Do you remember when you told me that you wanted me to release this story? He didn't say that at all. And I think that if he had had permission to release the story, he would have mentioned that. Y'all remember that because that's important. The second part to this is Wendy is lucid and of sound mind enough to know She does not want Jason Lee controlling anything about her podcast. So I really like that she told him no. It was actually kind of funny. I was literally cackling when she said that. she was clear. Nope. And then the third part of that conversation that really hit home was the fact that she told him, because he was trying to kind of like put down her team. And she said, I've been with him for 14 years. He said, well, he was saying he is your mouthpiece or whatever. And she said he is. So basically, to me, she's telling Jason, I don't really give a damn what you're saying right now. I don't care what he's saying. I'm married. So y'all take that how you want it. But I don't need you, Jason. Oh,